What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today when I talk to you about NIO, I want to go over some of the data points, break it down on what's really moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So NIO is up 3.2%, 764 the low, 802 the high. So a new 52-week high was hit today, so deserving of a round of applause and somewhat okay volume. So 74.4 million shares being traded. 101 is the average. No macro data, no news from NIO today, no special SEC filings or anything like that. Only thing that kind of came out was this right here. So it looks like the head of intelligent driving product and experience at NIO has resigned. Nothing really crazy. So this is kind of the most speculative thing that is out. So one of the biggest reasons why NIO is moving is based on its technicals. And this is something I've really stressed in the past. And actually, on a side note, surprisingly enough, we haven't received any new analyst ratings. So NIO put out their monthly numbers and we've heard absolutely nothing whatsoever from any analyst. So that's kind of crazy. Like normally we at least get like 2 or 3. So most likely they'll be posted, in my opinion, either sometime today, tomorrow, and that could potentially impact NIO as what it has been. Lately, a lot of the ratings have come out are kind of bullish. Although, given how much NIO's moved up, they're kind of neutral right now. So even the last one, $7, $7.60, like they're just, NIO is already higher than both of those. So I think in general, a lot of the new ratings that will be coming out because of their September numbers and as well quarterly numbers, it's going to be double digits. And that's all NIO needs, is that nice gentle push to get above this general area, which has been really struggling with in the past. Then they could easily go to double digits. I've seen a lot of comments saying that once we get past this range, will easily be 16 and 20 and 30. I think that's a little bit premature to kind of start talking about that, but I do completely agree. If we're able to close, let's say above that 807 mark, I think it is right over here. So this R3, then in theory, we could easily see very fast double digits. How high we go, I'm not really sure. It all depends on catalysts at the time, FOMO. One thing did come out. Looks like Trump is going to be meeting with China in the next couple of weeks to start negotiating tariffs again, because we know that the pause is only up until I think it's November 1st, if I remember correctly. So that as well, dependent on how that plays out, could be a good catalyst at the same time. And I do believe it's next week. That's where that special meeting for potentially some stimulus will be coming down the pipeline. And if they actually do grant it and it's positive, that should easily push NIO up like a solid 10% just in among itself. At the time of doing this video, shorts are increasing 443,000 shares. 11.38% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 158 million shares. They are trying to slow it down. You can see that they are very active. And so, yeah, at the peak, looks like they were increasing about 1.7 million. So yeah, they're trying their very best to slow NIO down. But this is where you could see something crazy happen, either a potential squeeze if NIO, like I said, is able to close above that 807. On a technical standpoint, things are going to look very good. And if we get some good analyst ratings that show double digits, let's say 10, 11, or even higher, then you'll see just NIO explode. And shorts will be somewhat stuck. So they'll have quite the conundrum. They'll either have to return or double down. And that's where things could get even more interesting. Looking at the options today, 16 million in calls, 1.84 in puts. 44% of all the options being done are bullish in nature. So despite us hitting a 52-week high, people are still remaining fairly optimistic. From a bull standpoint, you see a consensus for it to be between that 8 to 850 by tomorrow. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub 750. With tomorrow being Friday, just take note of this. So we have 31,000 at that 8, 29,000 at the 750, 17,000 at that 7. And then 11,000 at the 850. So best case scenario, NIO closes above 8 at the very bare minimum, and then you could see a very nice gamma squeeze that kind of rolls over. So things are getting pretty exciting for NIO. One thing to watch for though, it did kind of break past that when it was selling off a little bit today, but that 772 is going to be a strong support, followed by 751. So if you're wanting to dollar cost average, swing trade, or whatever else, just orient a lot of your buys around here. But like I said, all NIO needs is just to get above that $8 range. then you'll see things really heat up. Aside from all that fun stuff on the actual chart itself, things are looking pretty good. Not that much in willing sellers. You have a little bit of a gap, so potentially could retrace back to that 774 range, which matches with that support level that I just kind of went over. But yeah, honestly, things are looking pretty good. Based on the flow, you are actually seeing a good amount of kind of diversity. So you're seeing a lot of institutional, a lot of hedge funds, a lot of algos, like all of that is really just pushing NIO higher. So at the end of the day, that's pretty positive. I know in the past, NIO's needed usually news to move higher and like kind of actually hold its gains. In the past, like NIO doesn't put out news and it falls like 3% instantly. Like no news today and NIO's actually up 3%. That shows instantly. Even the bears, I'm sure, have to agree that that signals that NIO is really wanting to move higher. And you can even see based on all this, there really isn't all that much in articles or anything like that talking about NIO. So all this is just more of a technical driven hype. These are some of the hot options on a side note. For those of you that, again, like to kind of follow that. And so, yeah, you see, looks like some multi-leg transactions. You can tell that based on just the timestamps, but you actually do see some big money for the most part, a little bit bearish, and that is long expiry dates. So 2028, 2026. So this one right here, looks like someone did sell a call, and that is January 21st, 2028. And which is 841 days out at $12 strike price. So honestly, that's pretty good. I think they're just wanting to collect some of the premiums, which is pretty good overall. I think 250 it shows right here. So yeah, they want to collect some premiums and they would make a pretty good sum from now up until there. Realistically, is NIO going to be above $12 by 2028? I would say yes. I'm sure most people would say yes as well, unless they really crap the bed on something. But maybe this large institution just wants a certain profit or something like that. I'm not really sure. But nonetheless, all we need is some nice new ratings to come out and then things will get really fun. So let me know your thoughts on NIO. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. One final thing though, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.